Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for joining us. This is episode 7 of our MC podcast. We're excited to have you today. We've got lots of stuff going on. Steve, you want to tell them what all we have coming up for them?
Yeah. So we're going to talk through a handful of things today. We're going to go through Martin Misconceptions and talk through a handful of things of that. We're going to tell you about a new regional office. I won't spoil it. Go through another core value. So if you've been with us for a while now, you've noticed that we've gone through a core value of Martin each episode. So this week we're going to talk about customer focus, talk through some open positions, how we apply for them. We're going to get Sam Huff, one of our senior project managers, in here to do a toolbox talk. And I've got somebody new next to me too.
Yes.
Hello.
We actually have...
Keily Perla.
It's because my son, I can't say, it just screws me up.
I got you,
It's
Kaylee.
okay.
You're good.
I've heard Keily.
Keely, like all the time I want to say it just comes
That's
natural.
a good question.
What
What names have you heard?
Keily, Kylie, Kaylee. Sometimes people get it right, but usually Keily, Kylie.
Is your
Kelly?
name's one that they like mine where they spell it wrong every single time?
Time.
Yep.
That's what I was going to say. Spell it for us right now.
It is Keily.
Yep.
So the English and put your comments below. How would you pronounce it? Not you.
Kaylee.
I was asking them.
Oh, okay. It's. I feel like it's right. I mean, phonetically, Kaylee.
You've only had it your whole life.
Yeah,
so-
yeah. Well, people still in the office say Keely or Kylie.
I've heard
I just don't correct anybody. It's been I've heard too many
That's why
names.
I actually second guess myself every time now because I feel like I'm gonna screw it up. So even if I'm right, I still feel wrong.
Everyone
and
else
I get
says it
nervous.
differently.
If somebody's wrong, I never correct them. So they'll see me in the office and
Well,
say,
now-
hey, Keely.
See,
We're
I
gonna,
can't do that.
We're going to correct them right now. So if you're not
There
listening,
you
we're
go.
going to know because you don't know how to pronounce Kaylee's name. Okay?
But there's no A.
No
you just have
A.
to say the K.
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 Crystal and I
Kaylee.
go through that a lot. They think Crystal and Krista, and so they get us confused. Like for the entire time I've worked
Oh,
here.
yeah. I hear it all the time.
It doesn't take long for them to figure out if they have the right or wrong one,
Yeah.
but all the time.
People pronounce my name wrong all the time too, so I know how you
Yes.
feel.
Crystal, Christina.
Well, you know what's funny about you, Steve, is it's never Steve.
There's a lot
it's
of funny
Steve
behind it.
Dollar. Every time there's not another
There's
Steve
too many.
here. What's Steve?
Just because of Steven. There's so many Steven.
But it's Steve Dollar.
My wife.
He has a
calls me-
really cool last name.
I mean,
That's
I'm
why.
not compl-
My
yeah.
wife calls me Dollar.
Really?
Yeah.
Here we go.
So
let's hear the end of this dad joke.
it's not a dad joke. That's just my wife.
Okay.
So
Let's leave it at that then.
yeah. Well, so back to Kaylee.
Yes. So Kaylee is
Tell
our
us a little
guest
bit about
host.
yourself.
So I have worked at Martin Concrete for a little over 2 years now. So my official title, it's a little bit long, but it's Client Relations Marketing Strategist. So a lot of what I focus on is external marketing and a lot of client-facing kind of marketing strategies and a little bit of business development as well with all of that. So
Yep.
Awesome. So that's what you do, but tell us a little bit about yourself.
about myself. So
Anything that involves walking cats on leashes or
Yes.
stuff like that.
What do you
I-
like to do for fun?
for fun, I think the professional answer is watching movies and going out hiking.
What's the unprofessional answer?
The realistic answer is probably sitting and doing nothing. I think as any toddler mom would also agree. Just
But you're
sitting
not able to do that with a toddler, are you?
after hours, after bedtime.
Okay.
That's my bad habit. Like I go to sleep pretty late just because that's when I can watch movies and be on my phone and just sit and do nothing.
and reset.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yep.
Well, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. I'm super excited.
Yeah.
So being part of the business development and the marketing, you probably got a great understanding. What are misconceptions that you've had to come against?
So a lot of misconceptions working with Stephen Woods, who is our sales and business development manager. He comes back to me a lot and from his meetings, and he says, you know what, I had a meeting with so-and-so, and they didn't know we did this kind of work, or they didn't know this about us. So a lot of external marketing, I think, has to do with clearing up those misconceptions. So a lot of that has to do with the markets or the different product types that we do work in. We don't just do tilt-up. I know a lot of people think of Martin Concrete over the past 30 years of doing just big box tilt buildings, but that's not the case. That's a big misconception. There's a lot of different markets and product types that we focus on. So some of those are manufacturing, so pits and trenches, things like that.
Multifamily,
Multifamily. TI has been a big one as of late. We do higher education, a little bit of healthcare, hospitality.
Heavy industrial.
So it's, we do concrete here at the end of the day. and a lot of different structures and a lot of different market types require, pretty much every structure type requires concrete at some point in the foundations at least. And so we've done everything from foundations for precast parking decks to hotels to, podium slabs for multifamily to working in more of a heavy civil stuff and some water treatment type stuff.
We did the Roxy over at the
Roxy
Battery.
at the Battery. Yep. So we'll get into anything pretty much if it's concrete.
Yeah, and truthfully, our workforce, our labor force that we have some really talented guys out there that aren't, tilt guys. They do vertical work and, supporting them with the jobs that they need to do that. But they have some really talented crews out there that work for us.
And with that, I think another misconception is just the general region. I know people may see Martin as a leader in the Southeast, but we're not just in the Southeast. We're anywhere that the job will take us.
Yeah,
I think.
I hear that all the time. Oh, they're Southeast. Oh, they're South. And we're really not. I have to correct people all the time. No, we literally bid work all the way from Wyoming. We've done jobs in New York, Pittsburgh, Arkansas. I mean,
Arkadelphia.
That's right.
Arkadelphia. Yes. We've done a few jobs actually in Arkansas, and we've bid jobs as far out as
jobs in Texas. We're chasing work in Colorado, Wyoming right now. Like I said, we've been all the way up to New York, all throughout the Southeast. We did used to joke, and maybe this is what caused the misconception that if it's got a SEC team there, it will be work. Well, actually, I guess that still holds true as big as the SEC is becoming now.
It's expanding, and so has Martin Concrete.
That's
right. There you go.
So we've done stuff in Mississippi, Kentucky, Indiana, all the way through the Midwest and everything. So,
and I think another thing that people forget is sometimes we do have different contributing companies. So you have Full Tilt, our crane company. We have MC Ready Mix, who has our portable plants. MC Finishing does we have 4 in-house finishing crews. Finish Safe, so we have a safety consulting company, and all of those, we do external work. All of those companies will go and perform work, even without Martin Concrete for customers. So, Finish Safe, we do a lot of jobs just for GCs or things like that, and provide on-site safeties and do safety consulting and, inspections, mock OSHA inspections and stuff for them. MC Finishing, they've done a lot of work.
That's right.
Martin Concrete might have not got the job, but we got the finishing package. And
we did the same thing with Martin Heavy too. We're not just moving our own internal equipment. We're helping other customers outside, not only in the construction industry, but other customers as well.
That's
so
right.
We're constantly trying to broaden our horizon.
Yep. And our cranes, we rent those out just with the operators and stuff. So
absolutely.
It's not just, those companies aren't only here to solely work for Martin Concrete. They're, service everyone.
We've even tested a little of renting out our equipment as well, which becomes a little difficult. We stay very busy, which is good. I'm glad for that. But that's something else we've tried to do. So we're always looking for the next opportunity.
And we have, some of our stuff is very technical type of equipment that we have on hand. And so, the worst thing we can say is no, but it never hurts to call.
And really a lot of this, the contributing companies, yes, we're vertically integrated. Yes, that's part of it. But some of the things really came out of it, and I don't want to jump too far ahead and spoil it, but customer focus.
Yeah.
And so we want to be able to provide the services that our customers are looking for at the end of
Absolutely.
the day. And so that is what's helping define our business model. So, I mean, Finish Safe is a great example of that, right?
Yeah.
That you got asked by customers to, hey, can you help me with this?
Yes.
Can you help train this? We've got another sub on the job. that
Can you
needs some
develop
help.
this
Can
program
you
for
develop-
me?
Yep.
Yeah, and I was like, well, if everybody keeps asking, why don't we turn this into something?
That's right.
And that's,
Well,
that's
where
how it
there's
was
a-
born.
Where there's a need, right?
Yeah.
We're going to try to plug that for them if we can, and
right.
we've been pretty good at it so far.
Yeah.
That's right.
What about the size jobs? Do you ever see any misconceptions with that?
Yes, that's another big one. I think a lot of people just think of million square foot buildings, but that's also not the case. It's not true. A lot of the tenant improvement work is oftentimes smaller, but it's just as important in a lot of what we've focused on in the last year. Gas South Arena in Duluth is a big tenant improvement job for us. So we've won a couple of project awards for that, specifically for renovations and tenant improvement. So jobs like that are very important. We don't just do big box buildings, but smaller projects.
Yeah.
Anything, like Steve said, anything that's concrete,
Yeah.
we'll look at.
Yeah, I've heard that before. Oh, we didn't call because, we thought it was too small. No, that's never the case.
We've done jobs with 20, 30, 40,000 square feet, and we've done jobs with north of 2 million square feet.
That's right.
We like them all.
Yes, and everything in between. We aren't picky on that. So
Yeah.
whatever, and it really goes back to the customer's needs.
Right.
It's we're here to be your solution, and we're not just here to be your solution on one product type or one building size or one state. We're here to be your solution for everything. So.
Yep. Well,
Which brings us
yeah.
to our next point.
I thought you were going to do the segue, so I was just holding back.
Me
but-
too. I was
So-
going to do it, but I'll let you.
So funny thing, I'm going to tell on myself in this. Because you said the word segue, and we were talking about how to pronounce different things. So when we do EOS here, we were going through a level 10 meeting, and it had segue, but it was spelled out. And apparently at Georgia Tech, they don't teach us how to read; they just teach us math. And I kept calling it Segu
Oh my
because
goodness.
it's spelled S-E-G-E. And so I get made fun of that on a regular basis here.
So you'll do the Segu.
So I'll do the Segu.
Okay.
So, talking about different markets, different regions, we've got some new and exciting news here.
Yes.
We are opening a new office over in Charleston. So, we have the keys to our new brick and mortar out there.
Yes.
We've got a core team that's getting prepared here, but with that, there's a lot of other opportunity. So,
Absolutely.
right now, we've got a couple people on a core team, but we're also looking for project managers. We're looking for estimators. We're
Yes.
looking for a team to go up there, plant roots, and really be that extension of Martin.
Yes. So if you are actually interested in applying, you can go to our website and you can apply there for the positions we have open in our new Charleston office. I think we're looking to get it set up and opened by the end of the year, beginning of next year.
Yeah, the goal is to have people sitting in there in the office by the end of the year, first of next year, right
Yeah.
now. So we're looking at internal transfers. So we open the transfer portal. Got NIL deals for people that are willing to go over there. No, I'm just kidding.
I think you've had some people willing to go so far, right?
Definitely have,
Which
yes.
is good. So it's definitely happening.
We're interviewing all the way around, but we definitely have a core team and we're going to build from that.
Good.
And really, it's a sign of where we're at Martin right now. So this is part of a 10-year plan that we're in right now, and part of a growth plan that we're in. And so that growth plan is going to consist of growing the company, providing more opportunities for the people inside the company, but regionally that's one of the things. So we've been working in Charleston forever. We've been working up and down the coast forever.
Yeah.
But we're going to plant roots in there and then be able to expand from there to service other customers.
And we can, I think it'll provide us the opportunity to be able to better service our customers.
That's right.
And, be closer and give them the Martin experience that they expect and deserve.
Yep.
So with that being said, of providing for our customers, I'll do this one. Our core value today, funny enough, Danny has arranged it to be customer focus. Customer focus is also a part of our mission statement. It's the first portion of it, but it's so important to us. It's a core value as well. And Danny, you want to read the definition?
I guess that's why he slid it over to me.
Thought I was slicking that.
Being slick. Yes, customer focus. We exist to serve our clients and deliver solutions that meet their unique needs. Our focus on the customer is unwavering, and we strive to create an exceptional experience that exceeds expectations.
You did an exceptional job.
That was good.
I was doing well until I got to that word.
It's like when the teacher calls you in class and you've got to be the one to read aloud.
He
That's the only
jinxed
time-
you in all
He
fairness.
did. He actually did. Yes. Can I do that again?
That's why this is all live. Y'all get to see all of our
That's
good
right,
and
that's
all
right.
of our bad.
The bloopers.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like it.
So yeah, definitely a very important and core value of ours, and that's what we want to do, is constantly stay focused on our customers and give them the experience that they're paying for, they expect, and we've spent 30 years providing. So
That's right. And at the end of the day, too, and Kaylee was a big part of helping put together the Martin Blueprint. And we've got that one graphically showing what we're trying to say. And all of our core values point towards this one core value of customer focus.
yes.
And so that's, everything else really filters down or really comes together in the customer focus. So the reason we make business decisions, the reason that we choose to do different things. And, good, bad, we get a lot of customers that have worked with us year in and year out. And when they don't feel like, they come to us, I don't feel like I'm getting the Martin experience anymore. That's the one that we get. But it's great that they actually are able to acknowledge that there is a difference in the Martin experience, and that they can say that, and that we'll respond accordingly to make sure that they are getting the full Martin experience. And what we mean in that is a positive thing, that they're getting a positive experience, because we can all buy the same concrete, we can all buy the same rebar, but it's how they walk away at the end of the day. Do they feel like they were taken care of as a customer?
Yeah.
So
I would like to add, going back on the contributing companies, Steve, I think you had a good point in describing the contributing companies as kind of different things that we can change or help customers with, if it's not just our job, but in other, if they're doing third-party work. But also part of that and how it relates to customer focus, I think a lot, is that on a job, if we have multiple of our contributing companies as a part of that, they're all different levers that we can pull for that specific client, for that specific project and its specific needs, and make that a part of a good customer experience for them. And that ties into having the whole Martin experience, and that's basically our goal on every project. And part of marketing is to make sure that all of our clients are having a good Martin experience, and if not, what can we do better for the next project?
yeah, that's good. A great example of that right there, the different levers that we can pull. Let's say we have a rebar delivery set up for a project, and something comes up and we can't get that rebar delivered. Our vendor can get it fabricated and have it all ready, but we can't get it delivered. We can pull the lever that we send our own truck over there.
That's right.
To make sure that we get that rebar out there for a pour, and make sure that pour happens, because we understand how critical that is to our customer satisfaction at the end of the day.
And the great thing is, even though we have all these contributing companies, we know it's all hands on deck sometimes, right?
Yes.
We still come together as one, as Martin, because we're all a part of Martin, working together and make it happen. And that's great to see. I love how we've spread out to do the different aspects of the jobs and have the third party work, but when it comes time, we sit down and come back together and say, hey, this is important to everyone.
Yeah, I think we've done a good job through the years of, yes, we have the different companies and individuals, but making sure that everybody understands, like at leadership and different things that we do, that everybody falls underneath the Martin Concrete family.
That's right.
Doesn't matter if you're Finish Safe, Full Tilt, MC Finishing, Martin Heavy, MC Ready Mix. It's all Martin at the end of the day. Martin Concrete is the umbrella.
That's the umbrella, and that's the to all of our customers out there. At the end of the day, whether you're getting Martin Heavy or you're getting MC Finishing or it's Martin Concrete, however, wherever, if it's in Charleston, if it's in Nashville, if it's here in Kennesaw or anywhere else, we want you to feel like you're getting the same experience.
Yep.
And that you know what you're getting before you purchase that. So
yeah. All right. So Danny, you want to tell everybody about the open positions and how to apply?
Sure. So the open positions we have currently are the QC for the QC team, on-site safety coordinators. We're still looking for mechanics.
See how he emphasizes his own thing? He goes
Yes.
down the list and then gets to mechanic. We're still looking for mechanics.
We are always.
We're still looking for on-site safety coordinators too. So if you're bilingual and want to learn safety, we'll teach you.
Don't get jealous. I'm doing this. Superintendents, project management positions, of course, CDL drivers, pre-construction team members. And if you want to apply to any of those, it's on our website. You can go check it out, which is newly revamped, right?
Mhm. It is. It is.
Probably been just for a little bit now if you're watching this. And it's very easy to get to. I've been playing with it. They did a very good job of it. I think Kaylee had a part of that. So
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I was going to
Thank
say
you.
you had a big part in that.
Yeah, it was a lot of work, but I think overall it's completely worth it to do all that work just because all the information that you need to see and learn about Martin Concrete is just so much easier to get to. All the contributing companies, if you want to learn more about the services that they provide for third-party work or what they do internally for Martin Concrete, you can read all about that on the website. It's also very user-friendly to see all of our news, case studies on specific projects, Martin Misconception projects, so things that you may not know that we do, you can read about it on the website, and you can see a lot of our more recent projects that were completed and the details about those. And again, for recruitment purposes, very easy to apply for all of these open positions and very user-friendly.
And if you're an employee, there's a whole tab dedicated to you and different resources and things to make it easy and user-friendly for you to go and find, from how do I get my paycheck to how do I send an email? What do I do, here?
Hold on a second.
So-
We get paid here?
Others do. We yeah.
Good deal.
I don't know how to
If,
respond
if,
to that.
if we get more viewers, we'll start getting paid, right?
Like and subscribe.
Please
Please
subscribe.
like and subscribe.
My
We've
kids
got to
need to
pay
eat.
Steve $1. All right. Well, I guess up next we're going to bring in Sam Huff for his toolbox talk and see what answers we can get out of him to some tough questions. So stay with us.
All right.
All right. So we have Sam here. Thank you for joining us.
Thank y'all for having me.
Are you excited?
Yeah, I can't believe it took this long.
Oh.
Episode 7.
Wow. Okay.
Glad I'm here.
We could cancel right now.
I can't believe it took this long either.
It's almost lunch. So whenever you're ready.
Do you see the ginger coming out in him?
Hey, don't talk about gingers now.
Is that? My wife's
Just kidding.
my wife's redhead.
My wife and son. It's my son's birthday today, by the way. Just a little plug. I have to,
Well, happy
Happy birthday.
yeah.
So we should leave early.
The problem is that when this actually airs, it will
It won't
not
be anymore.
It won't be.
Yeah. Should we start over?
But that's okay.
All good.
You brought up gingers. I couldn't help it.
Yeah, we're not going to ask you any questions about your hair. Or,
Do you know how this goes? Do you know the process?
Yes, because I've watched every single episode that you've done it on.
That is awesome.
Fibber.
He is lying. But he did it so well.
He's a good liar.
So we're going to ask
What
you
co-
questions.
I was going to say, what core value did we talk about in episode 6?
Well, prank because you didn't.
Oh,
You just recorded episode 6.
Good
Hey,
job.
before this one.
And now he just told our secret.
So I was paying attention.
A few weeks ago before this one.
A few weeks ago before this one, exactly.
nice save. All right.
Changed my shirt for nothing.
We're just letting all the cats out of the bag.
If we're going to, might as well. So let's just get started and ask Sam some questions now that he's blown us all out of the water with all of our little tricks.
Ooh, I like this one. Can I do
Do I
mine
get to know
first?
who wrote them?
Oh, I'll tell you.
Ooh, I have a good one
We
too.
all have good ones.
All right.
Are we rock, paper, scissors?
I'll go first.
Okay.
Oh man, I really kind of wanted to play.
Okay, we can do it.
No,
No,
you're
go
good,
ahead.
Steve.
This is from Blake Kinney. Who is your favorite assistant project manager?
Luke Barrett.
Oh,
I didn't see that coming.
I didn't
Oh,
see
wait,
that one
wait,
coming.
who wrote that? Who wrote that?
Blake.
Oh, Skip.
Skip.
Question B then. What has been your favorite Martin project you have been a part of?
I would say the movie studios.
Indian Creek.
Indian Creek movie studios.
Why is that?
Just, it was a whole lot of different market products. You know, a lot of cast and play stuff. Tilt. The metal buildings were up before we tilted the panels, so that was something new. We had to work alongside with engineers and architects for. You know, Rick McElveen was real hands-on with this one, and Tracy and I, so it was just a totally different.
And that was
Box
Electric
and
Owl
music.
Studios, right?
Electric Owl. So
Yeah.
that was my favorite one.
It's a cool name,
So far.
too.
We've done multiple movie studios, actually.
Yeah.
All right. I'll have one from Jason Martin.
Okay.
You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Are you?
If you had to pick between electrical and concrete, what would you pick and why?
Shockingly, it depends the day. Depends the day.
Really?
I can change an outlet. Would say pretty well. Change a switch. I probably can't pour the concrete. So I think if I had to choose what I would do physically, I'd say electrical. Concrete's got its own perks, benefits of the electrical. Definitely not the same at all, but
Yeah, two totally different realms.
I think I like them both just the same.
Do you ever complain about electricians when you're doing concrete?
Yes. Yeah. Yes. Especially when they forget to put their conduits in, and then we have to rip the slab back out. But hey, it's their fault, not ours.
I'm going to need a different question because pretty much the same.
The same question?
one.
Well, yeah, Crystal apparently wanted to. Yeah, wow, it is. Oh, why did you decide to do concrete, not electrical work? And maybe gives everybody a backstory because some viewers might not know why we keep talking to you about electrical work.
Yeah, so both sides of my family is in the electrical field, sales, construction. So I grew up doing that, learned construction drawings from my dad. Used to beat the tail out of my brother with rolled up drawings, not knowing what they were other than paper. And I started working for him in the summers in high school. As soon as I got my license, driving my dad around and delivering materials and stuff for his work. And then when I moved away to MTSU, I swapped over to my concrete degree.
Mhm.
And then that's when I started working at Martin. So I was destined for a electrical life, but somehow, I think the NIL was better over here, but
Goodness.
somehow found my way into the concrete world.
You say you swapped over. Were you going for electrical?
Yeah. So believe it or not, you may have to cut this out. I don't know, but
Our editing skills aren't great.
the concrete
Thanks.
program in out of state, you can get in-state tuition. So that is 80% of the reason I decided to do the concrete.
Because they don't have one. They didn't have one here at the time.
Yeah, they do. They still don't. So.
Okay.
Yeah, so say that again.
The concrete industry management program degree is offered in-state tuition for those moving out of Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
So if you go to MTSU.
That's good to know.
Yeah, it is
I
good to
didn't know
know.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And your NIL deal is with Wonder Bread, or
Yeah, and Big Red.
Big Red.
Big Red.
Big Red.
You don't chew it.
Can I ask this one then?
Yeah.
What did it take to become a senior project manager? From Jack Newbert.
And you've
Ad-
already passed one, so.
A lot of Advil. A lot of declined phone calls, and a lot of lost sleep.
Decline.
Yeah, that's it, all three.
Decline phone calls.
Declined. Middle of the night declined phone calls. No, took a lot of great teamwork,
Mm-hmm.
team members we have here at Martin Concrete. Obviously wouldn't be able to do any of it without them. So without the leadership from our PXs, sometimes our director of project management, our field operations manager, superintendents, they make us look good in the office. So that's what it took, was a good
team.
good team in the field, and good team in the office.
Smell brownies.
And an okay director.
Here's one from Kyle. Kyle Eason.
Okay.
How do you properly manage GC's expectations?
Properly, it just depends on who you're working with. Obviously, the client is one thing, but it also you got to also figure out the type of person you're dealing with, the GC superintendent, project manager, pre-con manager, you have to get down to a personal level to properly be able to manage someone. I mean, you can manage a job. You can manage every single job the same way, but it gets down to a personal level and who you're dealing with. So you just got to understand what their needs are and what they're looking for out of you personally, and then you as in Martin Concrete to be able to manage them as effectively as you can.
Gotcha.
Good answer.
I like it.
Thanks.
So Gabby wants to know, Gabby Hampton, I can't say, she just got married, and her,
Accounting, Gabby.
yeah, her other name was really
Is there-
hard to
is
say.
there
So
another
she
Gabby
was
here?
like, I can
Yeah, we
just
could've
say
said
Hampton.
Gabby.
Safety, Gabby?
There is?
Oh.
No,
I was
there's
wrong.
really not.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
just- that was a lie.
Are you learning from him?
Yeah. I did it so well.
Oh, you did.
What's the hardest project that you worked on,
Hardest.
and how you see that is up to you.
Gosh, I would say did a water bottle manufacturing facility in Opelika, Alabama, for Niagara. That was a difficult project, middle of COVID, middle of concrete allocations. It was a 400,000 square foot facility. We were pouring maybe twice a week some days, maximum 400 or 500 yard pours. So battling that, battling the expectations of the client, going into COVID, the client was a regular Niagara customer.
Oh,
So then this was something they were not used to seeing. It was a lot of slower work, obviously, because of concrete allocations. A lot of new stuff that I hadn't dealt with. The pits and trenches and manufacturing, press pits and things like that was new to me. So I overcame the issues and the stress of new works in the whole allocations deal. But it came out interesting.
Yeah.
Came out fun. So
sure, a
that
lot
was
of
the hardest
lessons
one.
learned.
Lessons learned for sure.
Oh.
Yeah.
Those are the jobs you remember forever, too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I can't remember if I sent you the lessons learned or not, but
I was going to go back later.
No, she'll catch you on it. Don't worry.
I'm gonna go do it.
All right. If you were given $1 million today, how would you invest it? Not spend it. How would you invest it?
Hold on. Who is that from?
Colby.
Colby. Good
Yeah.
question.
How would I invest it?
Yeah, so you can't go out and spend it on a car, house, or how would you invest that $1 million?
And you can't phone a friend to Stephen Wilson right now.
That's right.
How would I invest it? So I'm going to take $29.99 out of it, go buy a 30-pack of Miller Lite. From there, I would take the remaining $900 and something thousand to the guy that does my investments.
Oh.
And tell him to put it
There
in
you go.
what he usually does.
Yeah.
GE stocks. I've been pretty heavy in GE, Ford, so one of those two. And then go home and drink my Miller Lite. Invest in my evening.
That's right.
There you go. Would you show up to work on Monday?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Oh yeah. Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Oh. This is the time of the show where you show us your hidden talent that you have prepared for us. Lan.
What is the question?
What's your hidden talent?
What's your hidden
What's your
talent?
hidden talent, and can you show us?
I cannot show you because I don't think I have one. But I did play trumpet in middle school. So I
Really?
used to be able to play the trumpet.
Can you still play it?
Mm-mm.
Well, could you play? Were you good?
If you played all 3 years in the band, you got to go to Disney World at the end of 8th grade.
Did
so-
you go to Disney World?
Oh yeah, I played all 3 years.
First chair.
Second.
Yeah.
No,
I
actually,
wanted to ask that, but I couldn't remember the term because I wasn't in band.
Were there 10 chairs or that?
it was a small.
There was
private
only
school.
3 trumpets.
4 chairs.
There were only 2 chairs to begin with.
We had to share.
Had to share trumpets during the middle of the song, right?
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
I got kicked out of band.
How do you? Okay,
Really?
is this a dad joke?
No, I just got kicked out of band.
What did you play?
How do you
I
get?
played the trumpet too.
Were you that bad, or did you do something?
I'd spent my time in middle school taking the mouthpiece of the trumpet and beating the trumpet with it until it got
Wow.
too dented up.
Because that was fun.
Bored.
There's got to
Yeah.
be a dad joke.
Nope. Unfortunately, these are dad jokes right now. I'm just sharing my life.
Steve's getting
So-
serious.
Corey wants to know your best hunting story.
Oh my gosh. Best shareable?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I would have to say, maybe not story, but season. I'll go with best season was the 2023, this past year's season.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so me and my brother and dad, we snuck out before having to help mom get ready for Thanksgiving lunch.
Are you tattling on yourself right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't,
Just
she may
making
not,
sure.
She may not listen, so don't send it to her. But we snuck out, went hunting Thanksgiving morning. I shot a buck that morning, Thanksgiving morning. We then went to hunt with family in Alabama over New Year's, and I shot two more bucks then. And then a couple weeks later, we went back to hunt in Alabama, and I shot the fourth one of the year. Well, no, that was in Tennessee. In Tennessee, the fourth one.
Wow.
What was the biggest one that year?
The biggest one that year was a 10-pointer from Alabama on New Year's Eve morning.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think that was the best season for sure.
Did you mount it and put it on the wall?
Mm-hmm. It's in my living room.
Nice.
Is it?
Yeah, it is.
I'll be quiet.
We'll post a
My
photo
wife
right
would
here.
not allow that, so good luck when you get married.
They're all through our house. So.
Over
We're
time.
working on that, though.
Yeah. Good luck, like I said.
Looks like a museum.
Over time in Martin, where have you grown the most in your whole time? Dylan Scott.
How'd you get him to ask that question? Was he even in here?
We have
can't tell you.
phones.
Yeah, we do use phones, even though they're not out on the table.
Electronic mail.
Over
It's a new
my
thing.
time in Martin, where have I
A
feel
dove.
I've grown the most?
Duff.
Obviously, concrete experience is the easiest answer, right? But I'll say communication.
Yeah.
I cannot stand talking in front of people.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Like this right here.
Well, I'm pretending no one's is watching. So
That's the
what-
best. That's easy. That's what we all do.
Okay.
I mean, we get 100 million views on this.
Oh, I know. I cannot wait for the check.
That's what we were talking about.
Yeah.
You know that thing I had you sign last week?
It indemnified me of any payment. That's BS.
He learned to read what Kristin sends him.
So I hate speaking in front of large groups. I always have, always will. But I think communication has helped me grow. I came into Martin when we were tucked in that back corner.
Yeah.
And I shared an office with Tracy for
Mhm.
however many months. Long months. So I grew with the company, get to meet a lot of new people. That helped me take my communication skills from in the office, coming close with these people, out into the world, ended up leading meetings with clients, going down that route as an APM was huge for me, but being able to do it in the office, helped me grow. Talking to Oscar and all our superintendents and those guys, not really, when I started not knowing what they were talking about.
Mhm.
So grew in my knowledge of concrete work, but my able to communicate a lot better. So I think communication, for sure.
That's big.
It's good. That's good.
Yep. Well, is that all the questions we have?
That's all I
I
have.
have one
Awesome.
more that I thought of. You just kind of spurred me on with your
You're welcome.
deer head question.
Deer in the headlights.
Are you available and on the market is what I've been asked by several people.
It wasn't Lupe again, was it?
And you already used your skip.
And you already used your skip.
Lupe 1 or 2?
That's what everybody said.
2.0.
2.0 as a new?
She did not ask that.
No, she did not
question.
ask it.
So I'm in the market for a boat, yes. I've been looking for a boat, actively, Facebook Marketplace.
What kind of boat?
Yeah.
Would you ever see yourself getting tied down to a boat?
Yeah,
For the rest of your life.
I've got one boat right now I'm really looking at. I could see myself getting tied down to
So you're not in the market for a boat.
Oh, he's in the market for a boat.
Soccer's got a goalie.
So there's one boat you could get tied down to?
Yes.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
gotcha.
Yeah. Pristine 2024.
It's a pretty boat.
Yeah. Pristine.
Maybe a little too good for you.
Probably.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Mhm.
Definitely.
Sorry, Sam.
Way smarter than me. The technology on that boat. Through the roof.
That boat's not going to like your deer head.
Mm-mm.
Uh-uh.
Hey, got compromise, right?
We all
You
got
don't say.
compromises.
I don't know how to end this.
That's my last question.
Well, thank
I
you,
hope so.
Sam, for coming today. This was an amazing toolbox talk.
Yeah, thank y'all.
Can't wait to see your new boat.
New boat.
or meet the boat you have.
Meet the boat.
Thanks. Head over there when we're done. Hope this podcast blew out your expectations. And be ready for the next one.
Absolutely. We hope you come back. We'd like to have you again and get a whole new batch of questions.
All right. Hopefully,
And
no
maybe
new
you can
boats.
bring your boat.
All right.
Thank you.
All right.
Thanks.
All right. Well, that was. I don't know that anyone was prepared for what we were getting to get in that toolbox talk, but
It was fun.
want to thank everybody. This is concluding episode 7. So for those of you who've been here with us for 7 episodes, thank you for watching.
Yes.
For those of you who haven't, go back, watch Spotify, watch on YouTube, or listen on Spotify, I guess, and watch on YouTube. If you got any questions, if you got any comments, put them in the comments put the comments and everything below. We might have to redo this.
Okay.
We can redo this. That's
Sorry.
fine.
redo it?
No. We'll just, or can we?
Yeah, I can cut it. I can cut it.
Oh, you can? Okay.
Yeah. 3, 2, 1, go. No, wait for Kaylee.
All right.
You good,
Ready?
Kaylee?
Yes.
I mean, she was the one.
She's-
It wasn't
Yes.
me. It was Kaylee. I just wanted to make sure that she was able to.
Oh, okay. Take 2.
All right, take 2. All right, thank you, everybody. Didn't think that was going to go that direction with Sam, but glad everybody got to know him and his
fun.
and his boat.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Good time. So, thank you all for watching today. This concludes episode 7. Remember, you can leave your comments, any questions down below in the comments. You can email hr@martinconcrete.com.
If there's anybody you want to see as a guest or a toolbox talk we complete with, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
please let us know who you want to see, and you can even send in some questions if you want to see that person, so that'll help us out as well.
That would be great.
So, and thank you, Kaylee, for being on here with us today.
Yes, thank
Thank
you.
you for having me. Very excited to see it.
You did
So-
great.
So, with that, we'll see y'all again for episode 8.
Yep. Thank y'all.
Thanks.